So now the next topic what we have to discuss. In the last session we covered about set related terminology we completed, and we performed a big postmortem on comparable comparator. So do you know, in the total collection framework, sir, which is the most worthy concept in the total collection framework, which is the most worthy concept is comparable comparator only. That's why make sure not total core Java collections is very important. In that collections, which topic is a very important topic? Comparable comparator. Most of the people doesn't have clear idea on that topic. Okay, how to implement customized sorting by using comparator? Can you please explain the difference between comparable comparator? So compulsory you people should have clear clarity. But in today's session, somewhere we are going to talk about tree map. Are you getting? Tree set we cover, tree map. Even in the tree map also same terminology copy paste only. That's why. So I hope you people got clearly comparable comparator, right? Then our life will become very simple while learning tree map concept, right? But anyway, so set related terminology we completed clearly. Now let me start the next major concept, map related terminology. After completing map, then we will talk about Q concept as 1.5 version enhancements, and then we will talk about navigable set, navigable map as 1.6 version enhancements, right? Now let me talk about what map concept, right? Sir, here just first I will give the introduction to map, and then legend this one, and after introduction to the map, then we will talk about hash map, and then linked hash map. So what is the agenda related to the map? In today, this morning session, we are going to talk about hash map, linked hash map, and then identity hash map, and after identity hash map, weak hash map we have to talk. Weak hash map. The hash map which is very weak is called weak hash map. That part we will discuss anyway. And then so sorted map concept we have to talk. Sorted map, okay. And then we will talk about what? Navigable map. But this navigable map cinema, at last we will discuss navigable map. Next, what is the implementation class for that? Is tree map. Implementation class is a tree map. And after completing this one, then we have to talk about hash table, and then what? Properties class. Of course, hash table is the child of dictionary, which is the abstract class. We won't discuss anything about this one because abstract classes usually we are not going to use that part. So this is our agenda related to map terminology, right? So I hope you people may aware in which versions of these things came into the picture. Map concept came in which version? 1.2, 1.2, 1.4, 1.4, 1.2, 1.2, 1.6, 1.2, and this total concept came 1.0 version. These things are considered as legacy classes. Okay, take the agenda first. Keep subheading map. So the next module what we have to discuss, map module, map. Under map we have to discuss about all these things. Map, hash map, linked hash map, identity hash map, weak hash map, next sorted map, navigable map, tree map, next dictionary, hash table properties, dictionary, hash table properties, dictionary, hash table properties. Completed, right? Take this is the agenda what we are going to discuss. Almost around 4 hours around we are going to spend on this part. 4 to 5 hours will come into the picture. Anyway, map, hash map, linked hash map, identity hash map, weak hash map, sorted map, navigable map, tree map. Next, dictionary, hash table, T the small. Make sure hash table, T the small. Next, properties. So this module we require to talk. Completed, right? Okay. Now, so let me talk about introduction to map. Okay. The first point you should aware. The first very important point you should aware. Sir, map is it child interface of collection? No, because in our collection framework movie, first half is nothing but collection, second half is nothing but what? Map. Okay, remember, first half collection, second half map. So map is not a child interface of collection. Remember this one, map is not a child, nowhere related to the collection, because collection talks about individual objects, correct or not? A group of individual objects is the collection. A group of objects has key value pair. Key value pairs is nothing but what? Map concept. Okay, this is. So first conclusion you people should aware, map is not a child interface of collection. Okay, one thing. Can you tell when we should go for map? When we should go for map? If we want to represent a group of objects as key value pairs. If you want to represent a group of objects as key value pairs, something like roll number, name, mobile number, address, are you getting? Or IP address, domain name, or attribute name, attribute value, parameter name, parameter value. Request form parameters are there. Internally form parameters are going to be stored in map style only. Or attributes are there. Okay, internally attributes are going to be stored in the map. Wherever key value pair, wherever name value pair is nothing but, then highly recommended, of course, then we should go for map concept only. Sir, when we should go for map? If you want to represent a group of objects as key value pairs, then we should go for map. Now here have you observed? So here just have a look once. This is the map we have. Okay, this is the map we have. Now, so assume these are the keys. This is value, key value. Assume 101 is the roll number, Durga is the name, 102 Ravi, 103 Shiva. Are you getting? 103 Shiva, 104 some Pavan, like I am taking. Have you observed? A group of objects has key value pairs is nothing but map. Here, what these things are, whatever we are taking, what these things here, like these things are what? Keys. And these things are nothing but what? Values, right? So, keys and values. Now, do you know key and value both are objects only? Remember this one. Sir, key is an object, value is also an object only. Okay, this is. Duplicate keys. And whenever we are using the word key, duplicate keys, allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. But values duplication, no problem at all. Roll number never be duplicate. But names may be a chance to duplicate. That's why. So duplicate keys and value. Duplicate keys are not allowed, but values can be duplicated, right? Next, each key value pair. Sir, this is one key value pair. And this is the second key value pair. Each key value pair is called one entry. And it is not oral word, it is a technical word, because an interface is there named with entry. Each key value pair is called one entry. Sir, first entry, second entry, third entry, fourth entry is nothing but like a group of entries is nothing but map. Is it clear for all of you? So what is a map? When we should go for map? What about the keys and values, right? Okay, at this point, map is not a child interface of collection. Map is not child interface of collection. Map is not child interface of collection. Map is not child interface of collection. Not child interface of collection. Map is not child interface of collection. Collection. Okay, first point is not child interface of collection. Underline that not. Don't strike, underline. Okay, map is not a child interface of collection. Next, second, if we want to represent a group of objects as, if I want to represent a group of objects as key value pairs, if I want to represent a group of objects as key value pairs, key value pairs, if I want to represent a group of objects as key value pairs, then we should go for map. If we want to represent a group of objects as key value pairs, then we should go for map. Next, better to take this example, this diagram first. Take this diagram first. Key value, like completed, right? Okay, now clear for all of you, right? So at the point, both the keys and values are both keys and values are objects only. Both keys and values are objects only. Both the keys and values are objects only. Next, duplicate keys are allowed or not allowed? Duplicate keys are not allowed. But values can be duplicated. Duplicate keys are not allowed, but values can be duplicated. Next, each key value pair is called entry. Better to underline that. Each key value pair is called entry. Hence map is considered as a collection of entry objects. Map is considered as a collection of entry objects. Okay, that's all. So clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is now the next terminology. Here same, sir, map nowhere related to collection, correct or not? Map concept nowhere related to collection. So map interface defines some special methods. Of course, here map specific methods. In the case of collection, I want to add an object, then which method we have to call? Add method, right? Add method can take which one as the argument? Only one object, because in the case of collection, a group of individual objects. But you can't use this method for the map, because map is nothing but what? Key value pair. Sir, I want to add key value simultaneously, not only key or not only value like. That's why collection related terminology not applicable for the map, because concept is the different. That's why map contain its own specific method. Suppose here, sir, can you please add one key value pair? Then we can't use add method. We have to use which method? Put is the method. Are you getting? Put is the method. Object key, comma, object value. Have you observed? The words completely got changed. But here only one argument, because we can add only one object. but here one key value, both we have to add simultaneously. Put itself is nothing but method. Sir, I want to add a group of key value pairs. Put all is nothing but like, there are some more methods are there. I will explain. Are you able to understand? Map contain its own specific methods. So collection methods we can't use for the map because concepts are different. Collection talks about individual object. Map talks about key value pairs. That's why concepts are different. Collection methods you can't apply here. Okay, this add map interface methods. Map interface methods. Map interface methods. Map interface methods. Okay, there are multiple methods I will explain, but let me explain the first method only first. So let me start the cinema with a small twist. Here see, can you tell what the purpose of put method? To add one key value pair or to add an entry, but the return type of put method is object. Return type of put method is object. Sir, what this object, what this object means? You people may have the doubt. Sir, what this object means? Yeah, simple point here. Say, suppose, sir, I want to put m dot put of 101 comma Durga like I added 101 comma Durga. Sir, okay, well, one key value pair I am adding. Now in the map 101 Durga by default added. In the map 101 Durga added. Now m dot put of 102 comma Shiva added. 102 comma, problem at all. 102 Shiva added, right? Second entry also added. Next m dot put of, observe a bit carefully, m dot put of 101 comma Ravi I am adding. 101 comma Ravi like I am adding. Sir, key is already there or not? Yes, duplicate keys are not allowed. If we are trying to insert an entry with a duplicate key, what will happen? If it is the add set related, add method simply returns false without adding that. But yeah, this value is there. Are you getting? If this key value pair, if I am not going to add, this value you may miss. Then, if we are trying to insert an entry with a duplicate key, what will happen in the map is simple. Is this key already there or not? Yes, boss. Yes, already there. Then, what is the value associated with that Durga? Replace that Durga with Ravi. Are you getting? Replace that Durga with Ravi. If you are trying to insert an entry with a duplicate key, then the old value replaced with the new value. And which value replaced? Sir, which value got replaced? Durga got replaced. That is the return type, right? Okay, this one is old value. Are you getting? Old value. If you want to know which value got replaced, just keep inside SOP this put method. Return type, if you can try to print Durga is the old value Durga, by default we are going to get. Are you getting? Suppose you may ask, sir, in the first two cases we are not performing any replacement, then what value is going to be returned? In this case, null will be returned. Boss, this key is not there. In this case, null will be returned. We didn't replace anything. But in this case, which thing will be returned, Anna? Durga will be returned. Are you able to understand, right? Put method to add one key value pair to the map. If a key already present, then old value will be replaced with the new value and the returns old value, right? Okay, this is about put method. Okay, at this point. At first method, object, take clearly, object put off, object put off, object key, comma object value. Object put off, object key, comma object value. Put off object key, comma object value. Just add the theory, Anna. Add the theory. Add to add one key value pair. To add one key value pair to the map. To add one key value pair to the map. To add one key value pair to the map. To the map. To add one key value pair to the map. Okay, that's all. Are you getting first point? Next, add. If the key is already present, then if the key is already present, then old value will be replaced with new value. Then old value will be replaced with a new value. Old value will be replaced with a new value. Old value will be replaced with a new value. Will be replaced with a new value. New value. Are you getting? Okay, this is under returns of old value. Under returns of old value. Under returns of old value. Returns old value. Okay. Example. Take this example. M dot put of 101 comma Durga. So in that case, replacement is not there. Null returns. It returns a null. Because if it replaced something, then that value I will get. But in the case of first one, no replacement. That's why null. That's all. Next, M dot put of 102 comma Shiva. 102 comma Shiva, like completed, right? Okay. Make sure M dot put of 101 Durga, 102 Shiva. Next and after that 101 Ravi, like. So better to take this diagram also. Durga got replaced with Ravi. Okay. That's all. I hope the terminology is clear for you people. Okay. Now the next one here, listen. Sir, I don't want to add one key value pair. I want to add a group of key value pairs. Then which method we have to call? Put all. Listen, put all. I want to add a group of key value pairs. A group of key value pairs is nothing but what? Map. And a small map. Can you please merge with the big map? Are you getting? M dot put all. A group of key value pairs is nothing but small map only. So if you pass map, all key value pairs present in this map will be added to this map object. Are you getting that? Put all. Next up. Sir, I know key. I know key. I want to get corresponding value. Have you observed? I know parameter name. I want to get corresponding parameter value. Is nothing but get parameter, like we have one method. But here, if you know the key, if you want to get corresponding value, then we have to use what? M dot get of just the key. Provide the key. Then the corresponding value by default we are going to get. Sir, if the key is not there, then we will get simply null, because there is no key. Then the corresponding value is nothing but null is the value. Sir, I want to remove one key value pair. M dot remove of just the key you can specify. Remove of key you can specify. Then automatically the total entry, the entry associated with this key by default will be removed. So only key removed, value will be there. No, without key value there is no chance. That's why total key value pair by default will be removed. Okay, this same. Sir, I want to check whether a particular key available in this map or not. A particular key available in this map or not. M dot, what is the method? Oh, good. Contains a key. Okay. So can you please check whether this key is available or not? Contains a key. Similarly, I want to check whether a particular value available or not. What is the method? Contains. Contains value. Is nothing but value you can pass. Whether this value by default available or not. Next up. Whether map is empty or not. Are you getting? I want to check whether the map is empty or not. Is empty. Next up. If it is not empty, how many key value pairs are there? How many key value pairs are there? Then we should go for what? Size. M dot size. The number of key value pairs by default we are going to get. Is it clear for all of you? Right? So if you want to add single object put method, if you want to add a single key value pair put method, a group of key value pairs put all method. If you want to get the value associated with the key, get method. If you want to remove one key value pair, remove method. If you want to check whether a particular key is available, particular value is available, and whether the map is empty or not, and what is the size, is nothing but like clear for all of you at these methods. Better to take from the screen. Take first method anyway you took already. First method you took. Second one, void put all of map M To add a group of key value pairs, better to take from screen. Put all map M. You know, not required to keep any explanation. Put all, a group of key value pairs will be added. Next, object get of object key. If you want, just add one theoretical line. Object get of object key. Get of object key. Just add one theoretical line. Returns the value. Returns the value. Returns the value associated with specified key. Returns the value associated with specified key. Returns the value associated with specified key. Value associated with a specified key. Next, object remove of object key. Object remove of object key. Okay, removes the entry. Removes the entry associated with specified key. Removes the entry associated with the specified key. Associated with the specified key. Next, a boolean contains a key. Not required to keep any explanation because the method name itself indicates the purpose also. Boolean contains a key. Boolean contains value. Next, boolean is empty. Next, int size. Next, void clear. Clear means all key value pairs by default will be removed. All key value pairs by default will be removed. Object put off object key, comma object value, void put all of map M like. Can completed, right? Object key, object value, like void put all map M, object get of object key, object remove of object key, contains key, contains value. Next, boolean is empty like. So that's all. These are various important conclusions, I mean methods what we have. Next, observe these methods. Legend this one. Sir, here I have one map is there. Legend some more methods are there. I have one map is there. Okay, this is my map. Okay, so 101 some Durga, 102 some Shiva, 103 some Ravi, 104 some Pavan, like we have. Okay, so these four are there. Now my target here, sir, I want what all these things. These things are nothing but what? Keys. And these things are nothing but what? Values. Sir, I want to get only keys. Sir, can you please list out all keys? Are getting? I want to get only keys. Sir, only keys is my requirement. These keys only I require. Then we have to call key set method. Sir, key set. Because why I am using the term set? Duplicates are allowed or not allowed? Duplicates are not there. Are you getting? Duplicates are not there. Keys are duplicate. Duplicate keys are not there. Duplicates are not there. That's why it is a set only. That's why only keys I want. Then so set is the return time. Key set is the method we have to call. Are you getting? Key set. Only keys by default we are going to get. Similarly, sir, I want to get only values. I want to get only values. Sir, duplicates are possible or not? Yes, that's why the return type is not a set. Even order is also not important. That's why collection, generic word collection. What is the method? Values like. Values itself is the method name. Okay, values method returns values like. Now third one, values is that. Next, sir, can you please give set of entry objects? Because each key value pair is called what? One entry. And entry, this total one entry object. First entry object, second entry object, third entry object. Can you please give entry objects? Then we should go for entry set. Entry set of entries, now set. That's all. These are three methods we have to call on the map object. Correct or not? On the map object, if we call only set of keys and a collection of values and a set of entries by default, we are going to get. Can you tell the return type of these three methods are? First time set, second time what? Collection, third time what? Set. These are not maps. Have you observed? These three methods we have to apply on the map object, but we are getting collection related terminology. That's why these three methods are by default considered as collection views of map. Are you getting? We are viewing map in the form of collections, only keys, only values, or only entries, like collection views of map is nothing but like. Are you able to understand? Yeah, these methods also. Set, key set, key set, collection values, next set, entry set. Collection values, set, entry set. These three methods are by default considered as collection views of map. Collection views of map. Collection views of map, like. Completed, right? So make sure you people should aware what are the collection views of map, like. Now the next terminology, okay, take special care about this one. Sir, here there are three methods are related to entry. Now each key value pair is called what? Each key value pair is called what? One entry, right? On the entry, which methods we can apply? Keep subverting. Entry interface. Entry interface. So here just observe, a map is nothing but a group of key value pairs, and each key value pair is called what? Each key value pair is called what? One entry. Hence map is considered as a group of entry objects. Now I have one doubt. Entry is always part of the map or not? Entry is nothing but part of the map. If a map is not there, is there any chance of existing entry? No. That's why. So entry is inner interface of map interface. Observe this one. Sir, without existing map object, there is no chance of existing entry object. That's why entry is always part of map. So entry interface is defined inside map interface only. Okay, that's why, do you know here interface map, within that what? Interface entry, inner interface concept, interface entry. So now within the entry interface, take very special care. Inside map interface entry, within the entry, on the entry object, which methods we can apply? So best example, sir, one entry is nothing but what? Key value pair. This is the first entry object, second entry object, third entry. On the entry object, which methods we can call? Boss, can you please get key? What is the key? Oh, entry, what is your key? Or entry, what is your value? Is nothing but like. So first method, get a key. Are you getting? Now the return type we will get object. Object get a key. Next, get a value. The return type we are going to get what? Object. Object get key, object get value. Next, sir, I don't want this value. Can you please replace this value? Yes, boss. Set value. With which value we have to set? With the new object. With the new object. The return type is the object only. Old value by default will be returned. Okay. So this value replaced with this new value and the returns old value, like okay, this is. Are you able to understand? So what is entry? Yeah, so on the entry object, which methods we can apply? How many methods we can apply on the entry object? Three method. Get key, get value, set value is nothing but like total how many methods we can apply? Three methods we can apply. Any explanation is required, okay, at this point. Keep submitting entry. Add. A map is a map is a map is a group of key value pairs. Map is a group of key value pairs. Map is a group of key value pairs, and each key value pair is called, and each key value pair is called, each key value pair is called, and each key value pair is called an entry, and each key value pair is called an entry, an entry. Hence map is considered as a collection of map is considered as a collection of entry objects. Map is considered as a collection of entry objects. A collection of entry objects. Collection of entry objects. Next up. Without existing map object, there is no chance of existing entry object. Without existing map object, there is no chance of existing entry object. There is no chance of existing entry object. Without existing map object, there is no chance of existing entry object. Hence entry interface is defined. Entry interface is defined inside map interface. Entry interface is defined inside map interface. Entry interface is defined inside map interface. Inside map interface. That's all. Completed, right? So make sure this is what you people should aware. Now take this diagram. Interface map. In that interface entry, object get key, get value, set value. Object get key, object get value, object set value of object. Do you know these three methods are entry specific methods, and we can apply only on entry object, and we can apply only on entry object. These are three methods are entry specific methods, and we can apply only on entry object. Only on entry object. Like, can I complete it, right? Interface map, interface entry, object get key, get value, set value. Entry specific methods, and we can apply only on entry object. I hope completed, right? Okay. Now, so these methods where we can apply all these related to the map. So map specific methods are nothing but these methods, right? Now keep submitting. Can you tell what is the first implementation class of map? Hashmap. Add hashmap. Here the first point. Here just legend. Do you know underlying data structure for hashmap? Legend this one. Hash table. Based on hash table data structure, hashmap concept came as table. Next, insertion order is it preserved or not preserved? Hashing related data structure not preserved, and it is based on hash code of keys, and it is based on hash code of keys, not based on hash code of values, only keys based on hash code of keys. All key value pairs by default will be inserted. Next, duplicate keys are allowed or not allowed? Duplicate keys not allowed, but duplicate values allowed, no problem at all. Next, for both key and value, happily we can use heterogeneous objects. Are you getting? Heterogeneous keys are allowed and heterogeneous values also allowed. Next, null, okay, null is allowed for key, but how many times it is allowed? Only once, because duplicate keys are not allowed. That's why null is allowed, but how many times? Only one. Null is allowed for value. How many times is Natima? Only once. Sorry, any number of times, because null value, any number of times, no problem at all. Next, so hash map already implement serializable and clonable, no problem at all, but not random access. Next, this hashing related data structure, best choice if our frequent operation is search operation, right? Are you getting? These are various important terminology related to what? Hash map. Okay, at first point, the underlying data structure is hash table. Underlying data structure is hash table. Okay, first one. Second point. Second, insertion order is not preserved. And it is based on insertion order is not preserved, and it is based on hash code of keys. Insertion order not preserved, and it is based on hash code of keys. Hash code of keys. Next, duplicate keys are allowed or not allowed? Duplicate keys are not allowed. But values can be duplicated. Duplicate keys are not allowed, but values can be duplicated. Next, heterogeneous objects are allowed for both the key and value. Heterogeneous objects are allowed for both the key and value. Heterogeneous objects are allowed for both the key and value. Heterogeneous objects are allowed for both the key and value. Next, null is allowed for key. Within bracket, how many times? Only once. Null is allowed for key. Within bracket, only once. Next, null is allowed for values. Within bracket, null is allowed for values. Within bracket, any number of times. Null is allowed for values. Within bracket, any number of times. Next, hash map implements. Next point, hash map implements. Serializable. Hash map implements serializable and clonable interfaces. But not random access. Implement serializable and clonable interfaces, but not random access. Next, hash map is the best choice. If our frequent operation is hash map is the best choice if our frequent operation is search operation. If our frequent operation is search operation, hashing related data structure. So 4 constructor. Do you know, even I spell out the hash set constructors are same for hash map, linked hash map, everywhere is nothing but same constructors. Now observe the first one, hash map m is equal to new hash map. Are you getting? Hash map m is equal to new hash map. Do you know, creates an empty hash map object, with the default initial capacity 16, and the default fill ratio 0.75. Are you getting? Default fill ratio 0.75, default initial capacity 16. Next, here this is anyway first constructor, right? Second constructor, just a legend, hash map m is equal to new hash map of m is equal to new hash map of our target is, sir, I don't want 16, I want to customize initial capacity. Then no problem, int initial capacity, okay. Third one, do you know, hash map m is equal to new hash map m is equal to new hash map of new hash map of. Sir, I want to customize initial capacity and the fill ratio also. I don't want 0.75, I want 0.9. Then int initial capacity, comma float fill ratio is the third one. The fourth constructor, sir, interconversion between, no, it is not collection, right? Interconversion between map objects. Suppose tree map I have, I want to create an equivalent hash map m is equal to new hash map of, so map m. Sir, you can provide any map object. Now equivalent hash map object by default we are going to get. Are you getting? Total how many constructors are there in the hash map? 4 constructors, right? Okay, not required to keep much explanation because the same words we covered somewhere. Okay, add only first one, better to take only first one. Hash map m is equal to hash map m is equal to new hash map m is equal to new hash map. Okay, at the point, new hash map at the 3 creates an empty hash map object, with default initial capacity, 16, and the default fill ratio 0.75, and the default fill ratio 0.75, okay. Like next, second one, hash map m is equal to new hash map of m is equal to new hash map of int initial capacity. M is equal to new hash map of int initial capacity. New hash map of int initial capacity. Add creates an empty hash map object. With specified initial capacity, and the default fill ratio, what the default fill ratio? 0.75. default fill ratio 0.75. Okay, take the remaining two also, third and fourth. Hash map m is equal to new hash map of int initial capacity comma float fill ratio. Hash map m is equal to new hash map of map m. Hash map m is equal to new hash map of map m. Map m. That's all completed, I hope. Map m like this. Okay, so these are the four constructors we have related to hash map. Are you able to understand that? Okay, this is. Now let me go for a small example how to use map interface methods, because this is the first implementation class. Just I want to explain each and every method how to use. A bit lengthy program I will take, because you should aware how to use map interface methods, right? Okay, just observe this one. Here I am taking, just have a look once. Here I am taking import java.util.start class hashmap demo. Here I am creating hashmap m is equal to new hashmap. I am just creating hashmap object. Now m dot put of Chiranjeevi 700. Are you getting? Can you tell which is the key and which is the value? Chiranjeevi is the key, 700 is the value. Okay, this is Balaya 800, Venkatesh 200, Nagarjuna 500, right? Assume. And then m dot, okay, this is SOP of m. Sir, is it a collection object or map object? Map object. Have you observed how the output style? Okay, this is the output style is curly brace open. Have you observed map curly brace open? Key value is nothing but like, so first key is equal to value comma second key is equal to value comma dot. This style the output is going to come. Correct or not? Okay, this is. Sir, can you tell what is the output by default we are going to get? Okay, style. Okay, well, what is the output we will get? Chiranjeevi 700, Balaya 800, Venkatesh 200, Nagarjuna 500. No, because it is hash map, we can't expect insertion order. We can't. So in which order the objects will be stored? Based on hash code of keys. But we don't know hash code of the key. That's why, sir, order wise I can't give the guarantee. Okay, this is. Now here see, order wise I can't give the guarantee. So just let me execute up to this part. All the remaining SOPs let me comment on, so that you will get much clarity. Up to this, let me execute this one. Okay, up to this one. So what is the output we will get? Like we should aware. Now 1 minute. Okay, just have a look once. Java C hash map demo. Java C hash map demo dot Java. Next Java hash map demo. Hash map demo. Do you know what is the output by default we are getting? Curly brace open. Nagarjuna is equal to 500. Venkatesh is equal to 200. Balaya is equal to 800. Chiranjeevi is equal to so 700 like. Sir, can I use the term is it insertion order? No, because insertion order is first Chiranjeevi, Balaya, Venkatesh, Nagarjuna, but here different output I am getting, because it's not insertion order, because insertion is based on hash code of the keys. Okay, that's why. So this is, but have you observed the output is coming in curly brace style. Within curly brace the output is coming. Okay, next here see. Sir, okay, well, system.out.println m dot put of Chiranjeevi 1000. If I can take m dot put of Chiranjeevi 1000, can you tell this key already there or not? Yes. If the key is already there, what will happen? Old value replace with the new value and the returns old value. That old value I am returning. What is the old value associated with the Chiranjeevi? 700. That 700 we are trying to print. Now observe. Let me run this code. Okay, What is the output by default we are going to get? Have you observed? 700 by default we are getting. Any explanation is required? Okay, this is next one. So set S is equal to m dot key set. Oh map, can you tell all your keys? All your keys. Now I am going to get only keys. Sir, this S is map or collection? Collection, right? That's why the output is coming in which style? Square bracket, first key, second key, like we are going to get. First key, second key, like we are going to get like this. Now observe the output. Only keys you are going to get. Only keys. Yes. Have you observed? Nagarjuna, yeah. Nagarjuna, Venkatesh, Balaya, Chiranjeevi, within square bracket is coming. Okay, this because it's only keys. Sir, I want collection C is equal to m dot values. Sir, I want values. Then system dot out dot println of C. Okay, SOP of C. Only values. So now see. So only values by default we are going to get. Have you observed? 500, 200, 800, 1000 is nothing but only values by default we got. Okay. Next, set S1 is equal to m dot entry set. Are you getting? M dot entry set. Set of entries. Can you tell each entry is nothing but what? Key value. Now, can you please print SOP of S1? This S1 is a set or not? I mean collection or not? Yes. That's why the output is something like square bracket. First key is equal to first value. Sir, first entry object. This is first entry object I am printing. Second key is equal to value. Second entry object like is nothing but like this. Are you able to understand? Now make sure what is the output by default we are going to get. Set of entries. Last one. Have you observed? Square bracket. Nagarjuna is equal to 500. Venkatesh is equal to 200. Balaya is equal to 800. Chiranjeevi value anyway you know 1000 because we change it, right? Okay. So this is a set of entries. Entry set if you are trying to print. Now I am going to get in that style. Up to this, is it clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is. But now just remaining, just observe this one. Here, just make sure. Here, legend this point well. Here I am taking just okay. Here just observe. See. Sir, I am taking set S1 is equal to m dot entry set. Correct or not? Set S1 is equal to m dot entry set. So the set of entries I got. The set of entries. Now assume it is my set. So first entry object, second entry object, third entry object, fourth entry object I got. Correct or not? Set of entries. Each entry itself is an object. First object, second object, third object, fourth object. A group of individual objects is nothing but collection. But where each object is nothing but what? One entry. Entry itself is nothing but internally it contains what? Key value pair. Have you remembered on the entry object which methods we can apply? There are three methods we can apply on the entry object. Which three methods? Get key, get value, set value method. Now observe. Sir, here I want to get these objects, these entry objects one by one. Okay, first entry object, second entry object, third entry object like. If you want to get objects one by one, which method we have to use? Which thing we have to use? Cursor's concept, right? Now iterator ITR is equal to ITR is equal to. This is the set, right? Set S1. On S1, I am calling which method? Iterator method. Now I got iterator. While what is the next code? While ITR dot has next. Was if the next element is there? Can you please provide that next element? But this next element is what type? Entry type. Are you getting entry type? Entry is inner interface present inside map interface. That's why outer dot inner. So map dot entry m1 is equal to map dot entry because inner class object something like outer class name dot inner class name. Map dot entry m1 is equal to map dot entry typecasting itr dot next. Now I got entry object. Once we got entry object, on that entry object, which method you can call? Sir, first entry object I got. Hey, what is your key? What is the value? What is the key? What is the value like? We can able to get. What is the key? What is the value like? So now I'm asking system.out.println. Hey, entry object m1. m1 is which object na? Array, m1 is which object? Entry object. On the entry object, which thing we can call? Get a key. Sir, get a key. Dot m1 dot get value. Oh, what about key? And what is the value? By default, we are getting get key, get value, right? Next, here next point is the very important. If m1 dot get a key, if m1 dot get key, boss, if this key dot equals of Nagarjuna, if this key dot equals of Nagarjuna, if key is the Nagarjuna, can you please change his value? Can you please change the value? m1 dot set value with 10,000 like. m1 dot set value with 10,000 by default we are going to get. Okay, end of this one. Are you getting? Now you should familiar with how to use entry methods also. Are you getting? Now I got first entry key value. If the key is the Nagarjuna, change its value as the 10,000. Go for next entry. Go for next entry. Go for next entry. For every entry object present in this set, by default this process will be repeated. Are you able to understand that? Okay, this is now key value pairs by default we will get. Next, let me print at last once again SOP of m. Boss, can you please print a map once again? Now, do you know what is the value associated with Nagarjuna? What is the value associated with Nagarjuna? 10,000. Because we changed here, comma, remaining things as it is. Any explanation is required about this one? That's all. These are the methods what you can apply on entry object. Not required to keep any explanation, right? Okay. Now take here, just observe. Let me show this the remaining code also. Here see, I'm taking here see this one. Iterator while itr dot has the next iterator itr is equal to s1 dot iterator while itr dot has the next map dot entry m1 is equal to map dot entry of itr dot next system dot out dot println m1 dot get key dot get value like. If m1 dot get a key dot equals of Nagarjuna, m1 dot set value of 10,000 like system dot out dot println of m. Are you getting SOP of m like this? Now let me run once again. Yes, what is the output? Have you observed last few things? Get key, get value. Get key, get value. Get key, get value. Get key, get value like we are getting right. Get key, get value like. Next, get last, what is the value associated with Nagarjuna? 10,000. And then Venkatesh 200, Balaya, Chiranjeevi like. Sir, some people may ask, sir, actually we changed the value of Nagarjuna at the 10,000, but why we are getting 500 only? Have you observed? After printing, we changed the value. After printing, we changed the value. That's why. So after changing, where we are printing here only. That's why here got reflected, right? Okay, this is. So how to use a map interface methods. Now the terminology is clear for you, right? Entry interface methods like. Take this example. Take clearly. hash map m is equal to new hash map m dot put of Chiranjeevi 700, Balaya 800, Venkatesh, like SOP of m. SOP of m, key value pair dot dot dot, like next. Completed, right? So can you tell what is the value we will get for this SOP? 700, because the old value got replaced, right? Next, set S1, set S is equal to m dot key set SOP of S. So only keys we are going to get. Next, only values we are going to get, like completed, right? Completed, I hope. Collection C is equal to m dot values SOP of C, like curly brace open and close, like completed, right? Okay, that's all. This is about what is hash map. But now the next terminology, the most valuable concept, especially for interview room. Okay, so minimum 1 crore times asked question for the related to the interview. What is the difference between hash map and a hash table? Are getting very common question. What is the difference between hash map and a hash table? Keep submitting. Differences between hash map, differences between hash map and a hash table, differences between hash map and a hash table, hash map and a hash table. Just observe here, hash map and hash table. Hash map and hash table. Here legend this one. Sir, the first point what you people should aware. Sir, in the last class somewhere we covered, have you remember? In the case of array list and vector, what is the difference between array list and vector? What is the difference? Array list is a non-synchronized, vector is synchronized. Array list is not a thread safe, vector is a thread safe. Like the same differences are there between hash map and hash table. Now observe. Now legend the first point. So if it is a hash map, every method present in hash map is not synchronized. But every method present in hash table is what? Synchronized. Not synchronized, synchronized. At a time on the hash map object, multiple threads are allowed to operate. At a time, here on the hash map object, multiple threads are allowed to operate. Okay, so that's why it is not a thread safe. Correct or not? It is not a thread safe. Okay, at a time on the hash table, how many threads are allowed to operate? Only one thread is allowed to operate. That's why it is a thread safe. It is a thread safe. Okay. Third one, to operate on hash map object, threads are not required to wait. Waiting time is not there for the thread. That's why relatively performance is high. But to operate on hash table, threads are required to wait, because at a time how many threads can operate? Only one. That's why relatively performance is low. Okay, third one. Next, fourth one, very important terminology. Make sure you people should aware. Up to this, everyone can able to tell. But the next important difference, it is very important terminology, right? Make sure you should aware. Null key allowed or not? Hash map, null key allowed. Null value allowed or not? Allowed. Sir, null is allowed for key. Null is allowed for value, no problem at all. But null, such type of story, not applicable in the case of hash table. Are you getting? Null key not allowed, null value not allowed. Null, such type of story not applicable. If you are trying to use either null key or null value, immediately we will get null pointer exception. Are you getting? Null, such type of story not applicable for hash table. Null key or null value is nothing but not allowed. Okay, last one, it is not a legacy, introduced in which version? 1.2 version. But this one is nothing but it is a legacy, introduced in 1.0 version, right? That's all. These are the 5 differences what you people should aware. Maybe a chance to ask in the interview room. Okay, make sure you should aware. Very important question for the interview room. What is the difference between hash map and a hash table? At first point, you have to take the table first, and then add the first one. Every method present in hash map is non-synchronized. Every method present in hash map is non-synchronized or not synchronized. Other side. Every method present in hash table is synchronized. Every method present in hash table is synchronized. Next, second point. At a time, only one thread is allowed to operate. At a time, At a time, multiple threads. At a time, multiple threads are allowed to operate. Multiple threads are allowed to operate on hash map object. At a time, multiple threads are allowed to operate on hash map object, and hence and hence it is not thread safe, and hence it is not thread safe, and hence it is not thread safe, not thread safe, not thread safe. Next, other side. At a time, at a time, at a time, only one thread is allowed to operate. At a time, only one thread is allowed to operate. At a time, only one thread is allowed to operate on. At a time, only one thread is allowed to operate on. On hash table. At a time, only one thread is allowed to operate on hash table, and hence it is a thread safe, and hence it is a thread safe, and hence it is a thread safe, thread safe, thread safe. Third one, relatively performance is relatively performance is high. Relatively performance is high because relatively performance is high because threads are not required to wait, because threads are not required to wait, threads are not required to wait to operate on hash map object. Threads are not required to wait to operate on hash map object. Threads are not required to wait to operate on hash map object. To operate on hash map object. Object. To operate on hash map object. Object. Next, other side. Relatively performance is low. Relatively performance is low. Relatively performance is low because relatively performance is low because threads are required to wait, because threads are required to wait, threads are required to wait to operate on, because threads are required to wait to operate on, threads are required to wait to operate on hash table object, to operate on hash table object, to operate on hash table object. Next up, null is allowed, null is allowed for both the key and value pair, allowed for both the key and value, for both key and value. Null is allowed for both the key and value, for both the key and value. Next, other side. Null is not allowed, null is not allowed, null is not allowed for keys and values. Null is not allowed for keys and values. Null is not allowed for keys and values. Otherwise, null is not allowed for keys and values. Otherwise, we will get. Otherwise, we will get. Otherwise, we will get what? Null pointer exception. Otherwise, we will get null pointer exception. We will get null pointer exception. Exception. Null pointer exception. Next point. Next, introduced in 1.2 version, introduced in 1.2 version, introduced in 1.2 version, and it is not legacy, and it's not legacy, and it's not legacy. Next, other side. Introduced in which version? Introduced in 1.0 version, introduced in 1.0 version, 1.0 version, and it is legacy or non-legacy, and it is legacy, and it is legacy, like completed, right? So this is what is the difference between hash map and hash table. But there may be a chance to ask, sir, how to get synchronized version of hash map object? Are getting somewhere we covered how to get synchronized version of array list. Same, how to get synchronized version of hash map object. With by this time, I hope you know, you are having that knowledge. How I can get synchronized version of hash map object? By using collections dot synchronized map method. Okay, keep submitting. How to get how to get synchronized version of hash map object. How to get synchronized version of hash map object. Synchronized version of hash map object. Okay, very simple. Here see this one. So here by default hash map object is the synchronized or non-synchronized, right? Now sir, I am creating hash map object. Hash map m is equal to new hash map. Hash map m is equal to new hash map. Okay, now what I have to do, I want to get synchronized version of hash map object. Very simple, Anna. Collections class contain collections dot synchronized map of m. Now I will get map m1. Are you getting? Now observe very carefully. Map m1 is equal to collections dot synchronized map of m. Do you know this m is not a thread safe or non-synchronized? Correct or not? Non-synchronized. But the result map whatever we are going to get is nothing but what? Synchronized. And which method we have to call? Collections dot synchronized map method. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, at this point. At the point. Well, by default hash map is non-synchronized. By default hash map is non-synchronized. But by default hash map is non-synchronized, but we can get synchronized version of hash map. But we can get synchronized version of hash map. But we can get synchronized version of hash map by using synchronized map. By using synchronized map method of collections class. Synchronizer map method of collections class. Okay, add that one. Hash map m is equal to new hash map. Hash map m is equal to new hash map. Next, map m1 is equal to collections dot synchronizer map of m. Collections dot synchronizer map of m. So m1 is nothing but synchronized. M is non-synchronized. Can I complete it, right? Okay, that's all. So this is, make sure you people should aware how to get synchronized version of hash map object, right?